Moving on to Serie A, Demolo Lookman, we know he's out for a few weeks, as I mentioned. He did not play in Atalanta's 2-2 draw against Barcelona last week in the Champions League. However, Atalanta have been drawn with Club Brugge in the playoffs for the Champions League, and that's because they finished 9th. So if they were in the top 8, they would have automatically qualified to the round of 16. But now they have to play that bye against Onyedika's Club Brugge. But you have to say they would be the favorites to win that game. In Serie A, though, they disappointed and they got a draw against Torino 1-1 on Saturday. So that was not a good result. So look out for them there. But of course, we'll let you know once Lookman is back fit. As for Fisara Dele Bashiru, man, I don't know what's wrong with Lazio, man. They begin to piss me off. In the league, in Europa, yes, we know they did well already, which is why that they didn't panic too much because they're already top of their group. But still, they did lose their game against Braga 1-0. Fisara Dele Bashiru played 90 minutes in that game. And then in Syria, there will be an action later tonight as they host Monza. Wait, is it? No, they play Cagliari at home tonight, sorry. So that game kicks off in just under an hour. So let's see if Fisara Dele Bashiru starts and gets some game time. After that game, they'll play Monza on Sunday in Syria as well. So look out for that one. As for Samuel Chukwueze, he played 45 minutes in AC Milan's 2-1 loss to Dynamo Zagreb last week. However, this means that they will now play PSV in the playoffs. So look out for that one for AC Milan. He also played 4 minutes in the Milan derby yesterday. It ended 1-1. Milan looked like we were about to win the game 1-0, but last minute, Stefan de Vrij, yet another goal. Like, Milan, just see the game out, bro. Like, what are you doing? They keep wasting Tijani Reinder's goals. Have you seen this Tijani Reinder's kid, man? This central midfielder, he's always bagging, always gunning. Like, honestly, he's impressive. But anyway, they wasted his goal yet again. But anyway, on Wednesday, they play Roma in the Coppa Italia at 8 o'clock, and then they play Empoli away on Saturday. In the Bundesliga, the good news is we saw Boniface return this weekend for Bayer Leverkusen, even though he was initially dropped last week because we thought he would go to Al Nassr. Initially, in the Champions League, we saw Nathan Tella score his first Champions League goal last week, Wednesday, as Bayer Leverkusen beat Sparta Prague 2-0. So congrats to you, Nathan Tella, and I'm hoping we'll see you in the next Nigeria squad. Leverkusen have qualified automatically to the round of 16, so that's good news for our Nigerian boys. However, on Sunday, Nathan Tella was subbed off just before halftime, which looks like it may have been an injury-related thing, while Boniface played 45 minutes and scored on his return. Really, really good finish with his left foot. It's trademark Boniface, to be honest. And I saw some clickbait video by Paul Sports, but you know, Nigeria, they have to hustle for content. Someone's trying to say Boniface is not better than Jackson. Like, come on, let's not lie. And then this whole, like, let's lie because we want content stuff. It's not nice and it's not good for players to see. Or it's even good for your credibility as a sports organization. So do better, please. We need to raise the level of our players and show them how great they are, not be trying to double down on nonsense because we want content or shock value. So I thought that was pretty poor to see. But anyway, good to see Boniface back in the goals. It was his 50th appearance for Bayer Leverkusen. In that time, he scored 30 goals and got 10 assists. By any metric, that's a very, very good return. So long may his reign continue, and I'm very, very glad he's not going to Saudi Arabia. I think the time for Saudi will come, you know, so put your head down, Boniface, and let's keep shining. Next up for Leverkusen, they play Cologne at home on Wednesday in the DFB Pokal, and then on Saturday they go to Wolfsburg away to play 3:30 p.m. Nigeria time. As for Frank Onyeka, he played 70 minutes as Orban drew 1-1 against St. Pauli on Saturday. They're still relatively safe from the relegation zone, so nothing to worry about or panic there. Next up for Onyeka and Orban, they play Stuttgart away tomorrow in the DFB Pokal. Stuttgart's form has been a bit shaky in the past few weeks, so you never know. Orban might just be able to pull off the upset there. And then after that, they play Mainz away on Saturday, which should be a much more difficult game. But fingers crossed, let's see how this goes. As for Hoffenheim, of course, Gift Orban was not in the Europa League squad because he just made the move there. So it's now that the initial group stage games have taken place. Now, teams can now register any players that they've just signed. So expect Gift Orban, although Hoffenheim did not make it in the Europa League anyway, so there's no European football for Gift Orban. But that's okay. Akpo Gumadi played 90 minutes as Hoffenheim lost 4-3 to Anderlecht on Thursday. They're now out of the Europa League, and probably for the good, because at the moment they're just above the relegation zone in Bundesliga and they need to focus on retaining their status in Germany. The good news is we saw Akpo Gumadi play 90 minutes and Gift Orban came off the bench to score the consolation goal for Hoffenheim. So it was 3-1 at the end, which, it's Leverkusen, you're going to lose. But at least Orban has now scored 2 goals in his last 2 games for Hoffenheim. And very, very soon, I'm sure he'll start games and his goals will mean more towards either winning or drawing games for the relegation threatened side. Next up for them, they play Union Berlin at home on Saturday, so look out for that one. And then in terms of La Liga, Kristan's Uche played 77 minutes. Bordela's team reverted back to type after beating Real Sociedad 3-0 away last week. Of course, they had to follow it up with a 0-0 draw. Probably the most boring team in the whole of Europe, at least the top 5 leagues in Getafe. So, of course, they drew 0-0 against Sevilla on Saturday. So no surprises there. Next up for them, they play Atletico Madrid away on Wednesday. So look out for that one in the Copa del Rey. And then they play Deportivo Alaves away on Sunday. As for Sevilla, Kelechi Iheanacho is about to move to Middlesbrough on loan. No surprise there. I think the championship is probably his level. And I doubt he'll even succeed there, to be honest. He just needs to be a better professional and not go down. But I don't have too much to say on him. Chidera Ejuke did come on to play the final 24 minutes in this game as he continues his recovery from injury, while Akor Adams played the final 9 minutes in this game for Sevilla in their 0-0 draw against Getafe. Next up for Sevilla, though, it does not get any easier. They go away to play Barcelona next week Sunday, so look out for that game, 9 p.m. Nigeria time, and hopefully we'll see Akor Adams start this game and Chidera Ejuke potentially. As for Valencia, Omar Sadiq played 24 minutes as Valencia beat Celta Vigo 2-1 on Sunday. Much needed win for the struggling team. Valencia are currently in the relegation zone, so they need this one to really pay off for them. Next up for them, though, they play Barcelona on Thursday in the Copa del Rey, so just say they're going to lose that game automatically. And then they play Leganes at home on Sunday, so that's a much more important tie, I'd say, for them, considering their status in La Liga at the moment. And hopefully Omar Sadiq can start some games in the league. Finally, in League One, Moses Simon played 90 minutes as Nantes beat Reims 2-1 on Sunday. Another good performance from him. Next up for them, they play Brest at home on Friday, so look out for that one, 7 p.m. Nigeria time. Hamza Al-Jadiran came off the bench late in the game, got a yellow card as Lens beat Montpellier 2-0 on Friday, so they continue to push for Europe. Lens are currently 6th in the league. Next up for them, they play Nice away on Saturday. And finally, Gabriel Oshie was on the bench as Auxerre lost 4-2 against Monaco. It's Monaco, so they're one of the better teams in France, so there's no shame there. But hopefully we'll see Oshie back in the starting lineup soon. And that's it in terms of the top 5 leagues in Europe.